How does God help overcome spiritual debt burdens? Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each rock represents guilt, shame, or sin weighing you down. Now, what if someone came along and said, "Let me help you lighten that load"? That's what God does for us when we face spiritual debt burdens. When we talk about spiritual debt, we mean the moral and spiritual obligations that sin creates, which can make us feel distant from God. But the good news is that God offers a way to be free from that weight. First, God's forgiveness is the key. The Bible teaches that Jesus Christ paid the price for all sins through his sacrifice on the cross. When we accept his gift, our spiritual debts are canceled. This means we no longer have to carry the guilt or shame that sin brings. Forgiveness from God is complete and unconditional. It's like a fresh start, a clean slate that allows us to walk free from the burden of past mistakes. Second, God encourages us to forgive others. Jesus taught in the Lord's Prayer to forgive our debts just as we are forgiven. When we forgive those who hurt us, we releases ourselves from bitterness and resentment. This act of forgiveness helps lighten our spiritual load and restores peace in our hearts. It's a step toward healing and freedom from emotional chains that can keep us stuck in guilt or anger. Third, God provides wisdom and guidance through his word and the Holy Spirit. Developing a godly mindset means learning to see life through his perspective. This includes responsible money management, living within our means, and avoiding harmful debt. When we trust God's guidance, we make better choices that honor him, which in turn helps us stay free from financial and emotional burdens. Practically, overcoming spiritual debt involves confessing and repenting of sins, asking for God's forgiveness, and forgiving others. It also means trusting God to supply our needs and following biblical principles of stewardship. Living responsibly with money, avoiding unnecessary debt, and practicing generosity are ways to honor God with our finances. Being part of a church community can also provide support and accountability as we walk this journey. From a biblical financial perspective, God's help in overcoming spiritual debt is both spiritual renewal and practical action. His grace covers our shortcomings, and his forgiveness restores us. When we develop a godly mindset, we see money and life through his eyes, making choices that lead to true freedom. This holistic approach helps us live with peace, purpose, and a heart aligned with God's will.